Hey everybody, welcome back. Monthly email number 3, mid-August. I'm Brian Capone, the Capone for your home team, KW Empower. 3 quick things to talk about this month. Number 1, I am officially licensed in the state of New Jersey. Yay. 20 years, never tried. But I am to the point in my career where I got tired of passing up business and referring business out to some of my peers who were licensed in New Jersey. So I went ahead and got my New Jersey real estate license. So I'm licensed in New Jersey. We have a brokerage there. I am good to go. If you know anyone who's looking to buy or sell over the bridges, buy or sell at the beach, down the shore, or anywhere in between, think of me. Same great service, just a different state. So I'm super excited about that. Probably something I should have done a long time ago, but here I am. So that is number 1. All right. So number 2, mid-August. What does that mean for the real estate market? What that means is this is one of our quietest period seasonally in the business. So basically the whole month of August. Let's just say middle of August and the beginning of September get really, really slow. So the buyers are still, some buyers are still kind of, floating around and ready to jump in the fall and get working. But for the most part, when you're talking about like inventory and sellers, people are doing other things right now. Some people are still on vacation. Some people are using their vacation time to prep their house for sale while they're not there. So if they're doing any construction or anything, it's easier to do when they're not there. And then you creep into this post Labor Day. You think the Tuesday after Labor Day, things are ready to pop and get going. And there's still a little bit of a lull. People kind of have to get back to their routine a little bit. So whether that's schools, new schools, work, whatever it is, it tends to be, it's funny. Like I think to myself, like that time comes and I'm almost like, it's so quiet. And I said to myself, well, you should be used to this. You know it's going to happen, but you're always like, oh my God, it's too quiet. But that's definitely the norm. Funny joke is my wife goes back to work way earlier than my kids. Different district. Plus, she's a teacher. She goes back earlier. So I'm home with the kids for like 3 weeks, and I'm always like, I'm gonna go on vacation. Business is quiet. Nobody's reaching out. It's a great time to go away, but then I kind of feel bad, and my wife gives me a hard time because she's like, well, I want to go away too. I have to work, and I'm like, eh. And then we wind up like, spending our vacation money as a family, earlier in the summer. So I'm usually like, I'm tapped out anyway, and here I am making videos, and the kids are playing on their iPads. Might happen. So that's number 2. So, just know that the fall is coming, and I actually think it'll be a somewhat busier fall than normal, just from what I'm sensing in terms of kind of my business and where I'm at. So, number 3, quick story. I got a text from a past peer. We were in a business networking group, and he said, hey, here's a link, and it came from Redfin. My friends are selling their house, and they asked me if I could reach out to any realtors I know to get the word out. It's being listed by, ABC real estate, whatever it is in the person. So number 1, if you're in the business, like that's like super, it's a tad bit infuriating, I guess I should say. It's even more infuriating if that person who reached out to me is like, hey, I'm selling my house to a different realtor, but if you know anybody who wants to buy it, let me know. That's like us in the business, like our heads will explode for that. It wasn't quite that, but what it was, and this goes back to what I hinted earlier about some of the brokerages going back with like private listings and coming soons and all these things. And so basically, this particular listing was with Compass, and they have an exclusive relationship with Redfin to put some of their listings just on Redfin before it hits the MLS, so other realtors can see it. So it's a strategy, right? Like they say, it's you can test the price, you can do all these things. There's privacy, fine. As you know, I'm not a believer in it, but here you are. You have this person who reaches out to a realtor and says, "Hey, if you have any buyers who want this place, here it is, but only some of the market can see it because it's this coming soon exclusive on Redfin." And it's like, case in point, if you wanted other realtors to see it and more buyers to see it, don't make it just exclusive to Redfin as a coming soon. Put it on the market, put it in the MLS. I would have seen it already. My people would have seen it already. But instead, you're taking like this, this cryptic approach to putting it out there, and it's like, what's the point? And maybe that wasn't the buyer or the seller's intentions, and who knows? And this guy just was, maybe they're good friends, and he just tried to reach out to me and said, "Hey," but honestly, I haven't heard from this dude in like 8 years, right? Although he did give me a little a love for my hair, so boom, we'll give him a little bit of love for that. But you know, yeah, it's just like, if you want more realtors to see it, more people to see it, just put it out there. Don't make it so selective. So I'm back to that. I'm still rambling on that. That hasn't worked its that way out of the system, but that's where we're at. Most importantly, enjoy the rest of your summer. Um, the remaining days, it still feels like it from a weather perspective, and New Jersey, keep me in mind. I'm super excited. Who wants to help me do my first transaction in New Jersey? You normally don't advertise things like that because you don't want anybody to know that you've never done any business, but that's not the case here. But if you have anybody, think of me. I would appreciate it. Take care and be well.